Hello everyone and welcome back to The Forge, your place for gaming news, reviews, and more. Today we're talking about the next major update to a game I fell in love with last year, Satisfactory. This game is very similar to other factory automation games, but has a lot more personality with its building being in a first-person mode. So I thought I would suggest my 5 tips to get started quickly so you can get to the fun stuff even faster in this update. First up on our list is picking a great starting area, namely the Dune Desert. Now the starting location doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on your endgame builds. Once you have trains and drones, you're able to transport vast quantities of resources wherever you'd like on the map. But in the beginning, you're severely limited by what's around you. After playing all of the current starting areas, it looks like Dune Desert is the best starting area, not only for its abundance of resources clustered together, but also for its close proximity to the new Spire Coast that is a major overhaul for Update 6. In the tooltip for selecting Dune Desert, it says that initial power setups are challenging, but in my current factory, I didn't have a problem collecting the biomass I needed, as my main factory settled near the giant waterfall and foliage was plentiful until I got to coal power. Number 2. Automate your materials ASAP. Now I know the main objective in Satisfactory is to build a massive factory, but a reoccurring problem I see from playing with friends is that they want to build from the craft bench instead of building a line of constructors and assemblers to automate this process. A great way to scale up is to think of your future builds, not just what tier you're on currently. By collecting your resources from pure nodes, you can scale your production to even bigger numbers, as the tier of resource purity determines how much ore is going on the belts. By separating the lines for early game resources such as iron rods, plates, and screws, your factories will start to become a lot more condensed, and you can spend less time making these items yourself when you're running low. Number 3. Underclocking, not overclocking. Underclocking is a savior in this game to help with power conservation. Once you unlock the ability to overclock by finding some power slugs around the map, you can also set an underclock to save on power on your assemblers and manufacturers. On the items like the space elevator parts, you don't need to be churning them out as fast as possible. Because there's so many and it determines on what tier you're on, you can always underclock your machines on these, so saving power on an underclock is a worthy investment. I almost never recommend putting your power shards in actual machines, instead putting them in the miners to accelerate your production power and expanding on your constructors and assemblers later. Number 4. Go out and explore, especially for those hard drives. A big part of exploring in Satisfactory is to find the fix-it drop pods scattered around the map. These are great rewards that shorten the building process of highly advanced materials when they come from automated machines. Just make sure you watch out for the enemies guarding these. These new ammo types should help you take down these enemies, such as the new scatter rebar acting as a close-range shotgun. These hard drives are incredibly important in reducing the material costs for higher grade components, and you should always make a note of where these drop pods are, even if you don't have the materials on hand to collect it immediately. New in Update 6, you don't need to make beacons anymore, so make a map marker and come back when you do have the necessary items so you can save on your production lines. And number 5, I've got some shortcuts to help you out. Some of these shortcuts have always been on the screen, but don't really register with players until they see it in action, such as holding left control will align your buildings next to each other when they're on foundations. Another useful traversal tool is crouching and then immediately jumping. This flings your character forward much faster than a full sprint. One last shortcut I have is to make use of the multiple hotbars. By default, you can press Alt and scroll on the mouse wheel to bring up your different hotbars. I like to keep mine categorized by their functions, like having one just for pipe networks, one for mass building factory parts, and another for foundations and architecture. These really help you stay organized and out of the build menu. But thank you everyone for watching. I'm planning on releasing more Satisfactory content here in the next couple weeks, and leave a like if any of these helped you on your new builds. I hope each one of you has a great day, and I'll see you next time on The Forge. See ya!